Cheers, gang. Big day for you today. I'm giving away one of my top 5 favorite recipes that you from my brew pub that you usually would only get if you signed up for my newsletter. So stay tight. The recipes are coming. Yes, sir. Guys, what's going on? Big Rob here from MBE Homebrewing. Make beer easy. They're two in the same. Used to be Make Beer Easy only. Now it's MBE Homebrew. What's going on today? Like I said, I'm going to give you one of my favorite recipes. It's an Irish red recipe. It's called the Sister Sarah, and I'll tell you about that in a little bit. But if you're new to this channel, guys, what you're going to find here is all kinds of homebrewing fun. I give out recipes, just trainings on brewing tips, and I do brew days. I just did a brew day yesterday. Yep, still got my gear out actually. What did I do? Oh, you'll have to check out the video. It would be my last video I posted. It was a Vienna lager with a twist because I'm lazy and didn't want to wait 8 to 10 weeks. I'm not lagering it. I used ale yeast, so she'll be done in 2 to 3 weeks. So that video is uploaded, but we'll be doing a taste test soon. We're not here to talk about that. We're talking about the Irish red. So, like I said, one of my top 5 selling beers. This might have been one of my top 3, actually. A lot of people really love this one. Was an Irish red ale. And by the way, stick around to the end because I'm going to give you a bonus at the end. A drink that you can make using red ale as an ingredient. And it's one of my favorite. We're coming into the Christmas season here. I know this is on YouTube and you'll be able to see this in the middle of July, but we're in December now. So it's one of my favorite Christmas drinks. So stick around to the end. I want to give you that. And if you find value in this video, give old Big Rob a big thumbs up. That really helps the video out. It helps the channel out. So let's get at it. Let's talk about, first of all, what is so what I'm going to do, and I'm going to not just give you my recipe, but I'm going to tell you as a home brewer, if you wanted to take my recipe and modify it, or if you wanted to start from the ground up and come up with your own recipe, I'm going to first tell you what an Irish red ale should be like, and then I'm going to tell you what grains and types of hops can go into it, and then I'm going to give you my exact recipe. Okay, so if you want to cheat and get ahead and not hang out with me, you can always head over to my blog and sign up, and you'll get my top 5, which Sister Sarah is one of them. So all you people that don't want to listen to me, you're gone already. You're right. You're gone to get that recipe. And I do have notes down here. Why? Because I don't memorize all this stuff. I got stuff I want to share with you. So if you see me looking down and looking at my computer screen, you got me. What is an Irish red ale? To begin with, it's a well-balanced beer. A lot of people would look at that and they would say, "Oh man, that's probably malty. It's probably heavy tasting. It's probably, you know, like it got the sweet taste to it." An Irish red ale is actually very balanced beer. It's reddish or ruby-like, copper. Don't be fooled by a lot of the, hate to say it, I'm on the North American side of the pond too, but over here we seem to be calling ambers Irish reds. It's not. Irish red is very distinct from an amber. It's typically clear, has about the size of that head. It's got a small sized head between a white and a tan color, of course, depending on the recipe. It's not overly bitter. A lot of people think it's bitter. It's not malty, as I said, and it's not hoppy. It's not used, an Irish red ale, traditional one's not brewed using American hops. So it's not going to use citrus, it's not going to use mosaic. You definitely want to use the English hops, which we'll get into. Let me see what else they say. Smell-wise, you're going to smell a little bit of a malt, odor to it, aroma, not odor, aroma, but it's not overpowering. It looks kind of like a stout, like an Irish stout. Looks very deceiving. A dry Irish stout, you think that's heavy as well. This is not heavy and it's not overpowering in any way. Carbonation, usually, I've had this open for a little while, but you can still see them going. Medium, the faster rising carbonation, bubbles coming up from the bottom. History lesson real quick. Not much to tell you about Irish red. There's not much documented how this ale came to be. Many believe that it was actually simply a variation of English bitters or pale ales. It just came about to be. Yes, sir. The most famous one by far is Smithwick's. That was brewed, from what I can tell, that's even the first documented one in history that I can tell. I'm not saying it's the first one ever brewed, so all you beer historians, if you want to come at me, go ahead, and I'll drop a comment in there if you know which was the original. But my understanding is Smithwick's was in the early 1700s, was eventually purchased, of course, by Guinness in the 1900s. All right, so now you know what it tastes like. Let's get into the ingredients. So if you want to brew your own, here's the grain bill that you'll want to use. Pale British malt is the main ingredient, okay? Maris Otter is my go-to for sure. It's going to give it more of the bready, biscuity taste that you're looking for versus what an American two-row would. You can use American two-row. I've made this recipe with American two-row, and I like it as well. It just adds, you know, a little different element to it. If you do use American two-row, here's a tip for you. You're going to need a small amount of, and this is a 5-gallon batch, less than 1 pound of a specialty grain like Munich to get the flavor that you're looking for in an Irish red. Okay, so you can do two-row, just add Munich in with it, with the recipe. Okay, next, most recipes would typically have some crystal malt, somewhere between 10 to 40 lava bonds, so 10 to 40 L. It's going to provide your ale with the caramel, slight caramel and toffee taste. Keep the specialty grain, this one, keep the crystal malts under 10%. Okay, very important, or it's going to be overpowering and you're going to have a much sweeter taste that you don't want with this beer. And lastly, for most typical red ales, you will find a small amount, and pretty much everyone, roasted barley, and that is actually what gives its reddish copper color. So it's the roasted barley that does that. Don't need to add a little bit, a little dab will do ya. And I do 3 to 6 ounces, all it takes typically in the recipe. Okay, hops wise, guys, definitely English hops. Stay away if you're a hop head. You know, if you're trying to make a traditional Irish red ale, stay away from the American hops like we talked about. East Kent Goldings, Pearl, and Fugels are typically what's used. And again, don't use a lot of hops. Again, like I say, it's a well-balanced, a little bit of each ingredient is kind of what makes this beer so enjoyable. One hop addition. Typically, what I do in the recipe I'm going to share with you is it's a bittering hop, 60-minute mark, 60-minute boil, and it's 1.5 ounces of East Kent Goldings, okay? Yeast, definitely English, Irish yeast. I'm a dry yeast guy because this is make beer easy, baby. I've always just tried to keep it simple. Most of the breweries, guys, true story, most of the breweries that I know, craft brewers, they all use dry yeast. So, you know, use the liquid if you want, 100%, have at it, have a lot of fun. I got a lot of good buddies who do use the liquid. I always stick to the dry. So in this case, it'd be Cephal SO4 or Nottingham ale yeast. Nottingham, watch out, man, she goes. I put it in my, the Vienna Lager ale that I brewed, and she's going like gangbusters right now. There's an old word. Okay, here's the recipe, guys. I know you guys have just been dying with anticipation for the recipe. Here it comes. It's called Sister Sarah. Why do I call it Sister Sarah? 2 reasons. I have a sister named Sarah, and like me, clearly she's part Irish, and actually has strawberry blonde type ale, so I thought it was kind of fitting. And the sister part, of course, the name is somewhat of an Irish Catholic feel to it, so there you have it. There's the extent of my creativity coming up with beer names. Here we go. Sister Sarah Irish Red Ale by the numbers. SRM is 15.19-ish. Target OG 1.048. Target FG 1.010. I'm going to put a link under this video to this recipe on my blog, so don't feel like you've got to jot all this down. I'll send you over there. ABV, just under 5. I got it in at 4.94% because I'm very precise. No, I'm far from it, man. This thing ends up coming in between 4.5 and 5.2. I'm good. Pre-boil volume doesn't matter because that's going to depend on your system. Like I say, this should produce 5 gallons finish. So again, you've got to do all your own math, and this is a brewhouse efficiency 70%. Grains, here we go. 8 pounds of Maris Otter, 4 ounces of Cara Munich 2 or Crystal 40L, 4 ounces got a hair hanging down on my face, man. 4 ounces, not 40. Let me start again. 8 pounds Maris Otter, 4 ounces, don't put 40. 4 ounces Caramunic 2 or Crystal 40L, okay? 4 ounces of caramel or Crystal 120L, okay? 4 ounces of roasted barley, and I put, I like to get a little bit of head in there, so I do 7 ounces of Carapils dextrin malt. Hops, as I said, 1.5 ounce East Kent Golding, 60-minute mark. Yeast, any English ale or Irish yeast, I prefer, as I said, 04 Nottingham. There you go, guys. There's the recipe, and here comes the bonus for you guys. So like I said, this is what, and I think I have a video on this. I did do a video on it, so I'll put the link to the video as well, and maybe it'll show up here on the screen too. You can click on that. That's what I will do, actually. So you will be able to go check that out. It is mix half a bottle of Irish red ale with half a bottle of dry Irish stout. So if you're home brewing it, use your own stuff. If you're going to the store, I like Smithwick's with Guinness over top. Of course, if I've got my Sister Sarah on the go, I put the Sister Sarah in, and then I put the Guinness on, or I use my G2, which is the Guinness 2 recipe of mine. Is definitely one of my top 5 best-selling beers. You can get that by signing up on my blog to receive that. Anyway, give that a try. Let me know what you think in the comment section, guys. Let me know what your favorite red ale is. Let me know if you try this one, what you think, and let me know what you think of the, it's called Blacksmith, that drink, by the way, the bonus I just gave you. So that's it, guys. Be sure to subscribe to the channel so you can get updates on any recipes I put out, brew days, and also just general brewing knowledge, such as what is a mash, best mash temperature, all that type of stuff we get into. We do videos on that too. That's what I got, guys. Cheers. See you on the next one. Big Rob, he's gone. Yeah.